Hey, we're the Fishbowl. I'm Brian, but you already knew that.
Tank.
And I want chocolate.
And welcome back to the Fishbowl with us. We missed a week, but we're back. So,
Ooh, spring break.
we're jumping right into it. What's on the agenda?
Another serious week. Walkout, Dylan Roof's sister, and racism.
All right, well, as we all know, all the high schools participated all around the world into the walkout.
Country. The rest of the world don't give a shit.
Yeah, they walked out for 17 minutes and the protest because of all the gun violence that's been happening in the schools and because our government refuses to do anything about it.
Literally anything.
So
Just nothing.
You know, and I saw a meme the other day which was pretty funny. It was talking about a dog died in the overhead compartment.
Alright, and then the senator was like, oh, we gotta do something about it. For real? After like 17 kids died and...
Yeah, so after 48
Plus
hours they handled that situation, but then school shootings happen pretty regularly and they don't handle that. So that's a problem.
Because people are too more concerned about their Second Amendment than they are about their kids dying at school.
And it's not even about the Second Amendment. Though. Like, the worst part about it is...
That's what they keep saying. Like, that's the argument is that,
well,
it's my right to have a gun. Well, it's also my right to not, like, be fearful that I'm going to die at school.
It's just a bunch of stupid people who don't understand what they're talking about. Because if you understand the right to bear arms, that has nothing to do with making stricter policies in order for it to be harder for people to get weapons. It's not taking away. It's making it safer for people. Because if I have felonies or I've been beating my wife or my dog or whoever the heck I've been beating up and I can go pick up a gun, if I already have violent tendencies on my record, I really shouldn't be getting this type of stuff. Or if I have mental illness, I really shouldn't be able to get a weapon just that easy. You can go into Walmart and get a rifle the same day within less than probably 30 minutes. They run a background check, they walk you outside, they put the shotgun in your vehicle and you leave.
Right. But we are talking about gun control. We won't talk about the walkout.
So kind of goes together.
I know they do go together, but we've already had an episode on that, so we gotta.
I mean, what do you guys think about the walkout? What are your opinions on these schools participating in the walkout?
What do you think about the walkout?
Yeah, Brian.
I mean,
what do you think about the walkout?
I think that, these schools that participated in the walkout, I definitely, think that the children, the young adults rather, I'm not gonna say children, but the young adults who participated, they have the right to participate. And I think that it was their way of showing the world, and yes, I say the world, everybody, this is how we feel. And I agree with it, I don't think that the government is doing enough to...
They're not doing anything.
To change...
Anything.
I mean, yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
There's nothing. They're not doing enough. They're literally not doing anything but, like, talking themselves in circles.
Which is a problem.
Which is nothing.
Yeah, because and the fact that they protest was just like you have the right to protest, and I think it's a problem where you can't protest, but you can have a Klan rally, or you can have a what are the other ones called, the Nazi people, I can't remember what they call
alt-right.
Yeah, alt-right. Like they can have rallies, they can do whatever the heck they want to do, but if you protest something meaningful, like for example, Colin Kaepernick took a knee to protest the injustices of black people with the police officers. It had nothing to do with the flag at all. I served in the military. There was a military guy that they didn't even show in the shot that was actually standing beside Colin Kaepernick because the whole point of us serving was for your freedom to protest. And it had nothing to do with a piece of cloth that had our colors and stars on it. I respect the flag. I saluted the flag. I served under the flag. But when you respect the flag more than you respect human life, then that's a problem. And he was protesting because it was a problem, and that got misconstrued, and people took it out of context. And then the whole point of his protest was lost, which that was the problem, because if you're protesting something, the actual reason why you're protesting should be focused on, not the fact that, he took a knee being disrespectful. No, he wasn't. It was a point to it. He was saying, I'm not going to stand in a country and represent something when all these people are getting killed for no reason.
Exactly.
What do you do when people are hurt on this football field? You take a knee
anyway. Yeah.
You take a knee.
What do we do whenever a fallen soldier, you know what you do? You walk up to his casket, you take a knee, then you stand and you salute him. That's what you do. You take a knee. Yeah. So I don't understand why him taking a knee to represent a protest, and it was peaceful. And he used his platform.
Literally did nothing else besides drop a knee.
He used his platform like he was supposed to.
Hey, look at me! Look at me! He literally just dropped a knee.
The thing that pisses me off is that the fact that as a society we say, what are the stars or athletes or whoever has a platform doing? But when people do something, you gotta read, well, he plays football, he should just play football. No, he's a human being just like I'm a human being. And he suffered people messing with him too. Like DWBs are real. Driving while black is real. I done got pulled over more times in North Carolina than Mississippi, and I'm from Mississippi. And I'm from the deep south. That's a problem when you get pulled over because you're getting profiled. When you're getting pulled over and versus, no offense, you're white, you get pulled over, and you're female. You get pulled over, there's no question you're going home to your family.
I've been pulled over like a few times for like legitimate reasons, and never have I gotten a ticket.
Right, and and that's the thing. You get pulled over, you have no reason to believe you're not going home to your family.
Right.
I get pulled over, I gotta worry about, am I gonna get to see my kids because maybe this police officer's scared of me today and he decides he wants to hop up and pull his weapon and shoot me. Yeah. I've had police officers walk up with their hand on their pistol already. I had a car with me, my cousin, and one of our friends playing basketball. We're dressed in gym clothes, sweaty, we stink. My car probably smelled like a locker room. They pulled us over, and I have never had a police officer do this before, which is supposed to be, I guess, in their little protocol to do. But he was, hey, put your hands on the back of the seat. You put your hands on the dashboard, and you keep your hands on the steering wheel. And I'm sitting here like, yo.
Like
why are you so hostile right now? You automatically came to me with an attitude. Of course I'm gonna be nervous. It doesn't matter. We didn't have anything in the car, but it didn't matter. You came up hostile, and we're sitting here like all we did was get done playing basketball, and now we're getting pulled over and harassed. I'm 19 years old, sitting in an old car, 91 Dodge Dynasty, getting pulled over and harassed because he felt the right to do it because he had a gun. Why are you harassing me? Here, they have a right to pull up behind you and run your tag to see if you have insurance. Okay, I get that. But why, because I'm in a nice vehicle, do you feel the need to pull me over like every other week? And it was the same cop one time and then different cops other times. And then I got the stuff going on, but you give me a ticket anyway and tell me, well, I can go down there and get it dropped. That's not the point. You just inconvenience me for no reason.
Well, right, and you still have to pay court fees, right?
No, I don't have. I didn't have to pay nothing. You just go get it dropped. But it's still the fact that they did it. Like, why would you pull me over, give me a ticket? You know I can get it thrown out and dropped, but you do it anyway just to do some stuff. Like, because you want to harass me. Because instead of apologizing and walking off, and then this is the thing I find funny. When they find out I'm in the military, someone will be like, oh, thank you for your service. You have a good day. So the fact that I'm a young black man, you will mess with me. But then you find out I'm a young black man, I serve my country, now all of a sudden you want to be nice.
Right.
What type of crap is that? It don't make no sense.
It doesn't. But if you want to protest that?
I'm not protesting nothing. Because by any means necessary, I represent Malcolm X. No, I'm just playing. I ain't trying to get shot. I'm cool on that. There ain't nothing to really protest on that, though, man. They've been trying to bring attention to that for a long time now. So
there's attention to it, just no one really gives to it.
Yeah, they're not really doing it.
Well, hopefully, with the kids, dang, I keep calling them kids, with the young adults.
They are kids, they're in high school.
They're
but teenagers.
They're not really adults yet. But still, like, they're old enough to know better.
Being politically correct. They're kids. They're in high school. They still live at mom and daddy's house. They don't pay no bills.
I still live with mommy and daddy.
Do you pay bills?
No.
You're still a kid.
I wasn't trying to be politically correct. I was just, a lot of them might have been, seniors, 18, 19, some 17. I call them young adults, so that's why I was saying young adults. But yeah, I mean, I just lumped everybody in there together. I'm sorry. It wasn't a political correct thing.
And like my dad was like, so my parents, my dad is actually fairly cultured. Like he went to Morocco when he went away. Like he was in the military, he went to Morocco, he went to Haiti, he loves helping out. Like he built orphanages and shit. He built shit and blew it up, but built orphanages and stuff and like tried to surround me and my brother around different cultures, which is why I have a lot of the stuff that I do. Like the Polynesian dancing and then not hanging out with white people because they drive me nuts. They're annoying. Not all of them, but like enough of them that I don't, whatever. Anyways. And then, like, the other stuff, vast other stuff that I do, it's because, like, my parents tried really hard to, like, they tried really hard to, like, colorblind me and my brother. So me and my brother are both, like, snow bunnies and all that fun stuff. Anyways, the different thing is...
Your brother's a snow bunny?
I don't know what you call boys that like black girls. White boys that like black girls. White boys? Generic white boy? I don't know. Anyways, but like, so they tried really hard to like make us cultured and like love everybody and all this fun stuff, which we do, and we don't have a problem with it. But my parents, not that they're like the subtle racist, like they don't realize they're racist kind of people. You know what I'm saying? Like they just don't, like they think that they're not, but they kind of are.
So they voted for Trump.
Right. And that shit pissed me the fuck off. Anyways. We won't talk about it. We can't talk politics at my house. Anyways, so my parents are Republican. They're super conservative. And on most things, I think my parents are really intelligent. With social things, I think that they are not. But my dad was like, oh, I don't understand why these children are walking out of school. They ain't learning anything. They need to go to history class. Or they're gonna learn about history class. Walkouts? Okay. Or there's... See, that shit pissed me off already. And then he was like, well, they're missing a whole day of school. Dad, it's 17 minutes of school.
Yeah, that was it.
Like, it's not like they missed the entire day.
Even students.
Yeah, even
right.
Dylan Roof's little sister had the nerve to say, ain't gonna be nothing but black people doing it anyway, and she hoped they get shot. Then she comes to school with weapons.
So let's say, she said, I hope it's a trap. And all of y'all get shot.
Right. And then she comes to school with weapons. And then they arrested her ignorant behind. Like, I don't... Like, this... If it's
that
one
was
thing...
obviously a thing of like, how she was raised and how he was raised. Like, they were obviously raised that way. Like, he could have had, like, his own separate idea, but if she's like that, too, that starts at home.
I met people in the military that were telling me stuff like... There was a guy from upstate New York who said... that before me, he thought all black people were a certain way because he didn't really grow up around black people. Mm-hmm. So he was scared. So when I came to the military, I went to a predominantly white school growing up. And I went to a predominantly black school before. Mm-hmm. So I've had both worlds. And when I came to him, I was like, hey, can you help me make my bed and I help you make your bed? And he was like, I got something to do. Dude, we stuck here for 16 weeks. What do you have to do besides... be stuck in this room with me in basic training? Mm-hmm. He was scared of me until he got to know me. Then he was like, dude, you cool. I didn't know black people were like this. But you fear what you don't know because you have a choice. You don't have to be racist. Racism, you were not born racist.
No, but
that is something you're taught.
Yeah.
You're taught to be prejudiced. You're taught to be racist. And if there's one thing that Trump has actually did that was good, it was bringing racism to the forefront so people can see in America that it still exists. Because that's been the problem. Everyone thinks that racism is gone. Racism is still here. Mm-hmm. Prejudice is still here.
Yeah. We
can't hide the color of our skin. The thing that pisses me off is the fact that this is 2018. I expected to be living like the Jetsons. But we still have interracial dating as a taboo, but same-sex marriage is okay. If I'm dating somebody that's not black, that's a problem. But if I go date a man, that's okay. And I feel like that's the most backwards thing ever.
Yeah.
I can't hide my skin tone. And even then, I'm not saying that people should be hate crimed or anything should happen to anybody for whatever decision they make in their life. What I'm saying is, it's 2018. We shouldn't be dealing with the same stuff that happened back in the 1800s. Or even before
the 60s.
then. Yeah, or even the 60s. Like, it's a problem when we can't look past skin color and just deal with people as people. Like, every race has people that are ignorant, that are stupid, that do things that are outlandish, that do things that they shouldn't be doing. So, for people to hate a specific group because of a color, I don't understand how that could still be going on in 2018. Like, it doesn't make sense. Then, serving in the military, everybody wears the same uniform. The only thing you worry about is the man next to me can shoot his rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I met a customer at my job the other day. He was telling me and some of my coworkers pretty much like the same story that you just said. He was in the military. He was in the Marines. And he had met this, he was in a hole. I forget where he said they were, but they were out It was somewhere in like I think one of the Middle Eastern countries, and it was him and it was a white guy. The white guy was from the South, and they were in a hole and they were being fired at. And the white guy had told him, he's like, I had never been this close to a black guy before. So up until that point, like you're like that guy, he was afraid, he didn't know what to expect, but he was also on the whole racist side too. So he said they were in that hole for, I think he said weeks. And by the time, they got out of that hole, they were cool. But the guys still didn't like black people. Now, the thing about this guy was I think he said he's Jamaican. So, Jamaican, now I don't know if some white people think that Jamaicans aren't black because they're Jamaican, but Jamaicans are black people.
I mean, they got dropped off on the island.
And so the guy was like, when they got out the hole and they finally got back, they was like, he was talking to his captain, and it was a group of them, and the captain was like, told the white guy, he was like, you go over there with these people, and it was like a majority of black people, and the guy was like, no, I don't want to go over there with those niggers. And the guy was like, wait a minute. I thought, we cool. He's like, you're insulting me. And he's like, oh, no, you're not a nigger, you're Jamaican. He's like, I'm black. No. You're not a nigger, you're Jamaican. And he was just like, when the white guy left, he was just like, I didn't think that there were white people that really thought like that. Like, just because I'm Jamaican, that I'm not black. But you look at my skin tone, I'm black. Mm-hmm. And it's just like you said, to bring it back to Trump, I agree with you. I agree with you with what you said. The good thing that Trump has done is he's brought racism to the front. So it's like now it's like I can look at you and I can see, oh, I know you're racist. I know you're racist. I can see it versus it being covert.
I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that everybody who voted for Trump is racist.
Oh no, it's not. No, I'm not gonna say that. Not everybody.
Kind of oblivious to the point to me.
Well,
yeah, if you can vote for a man that is misogynistic and is prejudiced.
What kills me about Trump is that there were 15 Republican candidates, and some of them were decent. Like not that I liked any of them, but some of them, okay, I can get down with that. All right, cool, not a big deal. And we fixed the fucking Cheeto. Like I don't.
But yeah, but
that's the same thing with the fucking Democrats. Like. Hillary was the best we could fucking do this year?
I mean, she had been in office. She's been in parliament more than he has.
Well, so had Bernie was okay.
Bernie Sanders. But that's the thing. Like,
there's other better people.
It was the lesser of two evils, but if you had to pick...
I voted third.
I'm just saying, it was the lesser of two evils. I'm not saying either one would have been better. But I'm saying... If I had to vote for someone who had more experience, because that's what you were supposed to do, someone who had experience, if I hire you to build a house, I expect to get a construction. I expect to get construction workers, not electricians, because that's not your specialty. Mm-hmm. So if I hire you based on your job qualifications, the job qualification I will hire you would be something that you are familiar with,
right.
Not the fact that you have money, not the fact that you come up here and yell a whole bunch of
hoopla.
Yeah, and then people voted for him, and now he's in the White House, and then they don't want to admit that they were wrong. Like, no, just take that L. Admit that you were wrong.
So
that
we don't
you voted
for him the next time.
Yeah, and then if you go back and vote for this dickhead the next time, I'm really gonna be like, so we're just gonna ignore the fact that he almost had us in war several times, that he tweets, that he talks to North Korea back and forth, that he can almost get us blown off the freaking map, that he doesn't know anything about war, politics, and he doesn't even have a huge vernacular. Everything is going to be really, really big. It's going to be really, really large.
Because
and we're going to have a lot
really,
of
really
big things. I don't know, because I don't look at him like that.
I'm just saying, because if he knows that, he says that a lot, because it's not.
You don't forget he has the alt-right and the KKK backing him, but he will not.
That should tell your ass something.
And he will not disown them.
Because they voted for President Obama because they said anything was better than Hillary. So you can't really say that, because you can say that, but the fact that he hasn't denounced or said anything against them,
he
said stuff like, well, I don't really know too much about them. You want me to talk about a group and down a group that I don't know too much about?
Well, you can talk about Black Lives Matter. Like, is that a big deal?
Yeah, and then this. Oh my God! So
this wasn't on topic, but we'll keep going with it.
No, it still goes with this. Goes with racism.
Yeah.
This is the thing that pisses me off. That used to piss me off when it was a real big thing when the Black Lives Matter movement came out, right? So when Black Lives Matter movement came out, it was a movement to bring a light on the fact that black people felt left out of everything. Black history is American history. We are part of this culture. So the whole purpose of saying, the whole purpose of us on our backs, on our ancestors, but the whole purpose of it was to bring awareness that we felt left out, we want to be included, and Black Lives Matter. When I hear people say, all lives matter. I'm like, yo, we talking about, we don't say, we're not saying that all lives don't matter. What we're saying is we want to be included. And then I hate when folks say, man, I hate that Black Lives Matter crap. I hate the Black Lives Matter. What you're really saying is you hate black folks. That's what I hear.
Right. Or
because when you
say,
I hate that Black Lives Matter crap. What you're really saying is you hate niggas. That's what you're telling me. Because when you say stuff like that, that's what you're saying. You are saying that you don't respect the fact that we want to have a voice and be included. Right. So to deter, just like with Kaepernick's situation, to deter from the initial point of it, you have a few people that do stupid stuff, and now you say the whole Black Lives Matter movement is bunch. Just like when they try to compare the KKK and the Black Panthers, the Black Panthers was nothing like the KKK. They didn't even kill anybody like the KKK did. They did not hang anyone. They were disbanded, and they became the gangs known as the Crips and Bloods and stuff like that. So when they became those gangs were originally meant to take care of the community. They weren't meant to be banging and gang banging and selling drugs. They were meant to take care of the community, which is what the Black Panthers did, which is what the Gangster Disciples did, the Crips and the Bloods. That's what they originally started as, and that's what they were doing. They were protecting the community and taking care of them. It's nothing like the KKK.
Police wouldn't fucking do it.
Yeah.
Have you seen the movie Warriors? That's what it's about. Because like the gangs, like they're not like banging. They're there to protect their turf. Like I know Warriors, it's like from the 80s. That's kind of outdated, but that's what it was. It was like because it's the gangs. Like you guys know the movie Warriors?
Heard of it.
Yeah. Okay, so the movie Warriors.
You just explained it.
Oh no, that's not the whole. Okay, so like one gang has to get like they were at like how you know Outsiders, how like there's a big group of people. There's like a big old group, like every gang meeting, like every
the Greasers and the Ponies.
Right, but everybody's there, like every like all 15 gangs are there, and then they have to disperse or whatever. They disperse, but one gang has to get to the way other end of town. And they have beef with one of the gangs on the way back home. Well, because they were trying to get through, and then they like one of the girlfriends was talking to them, and then like that gang got mad at them, and then they took the subway through another gangster, which you're not supposed to do, and that gang got mad, and basically they all got mad, but no one died. I don't remember anybody dying at least.
How old is this movie? Like
80s maybe. Oh, and this guy has bottles on all 5 of his fingers, and he goes, "Warriors, come out to play."
I remember
that part.
I remember that.
Right.
Yeah,
and like they have colors, and they
lose. Puff Daddy's video.
Yeah.
But they're not like banging. They're trying to protect their turf or whatever.
Does that make us bad people?
Bad boy, come out and play.
Oh man.
Pretty much what it is.
But I feel like, when I hear people and I see people saying, I don't like the whole Black Lives Matter movement.
It's like what they say about feminist stuff too. Like, I don't like it when I don't like feminazis. Okay, well, there's a few extremists, of course, but that's like saying you don't like the fact that I feel like my life is equal to yours.
But when I hear that and see that, it's just, it's ignorance.
Right, that's always extreme. So it's ignorance and arrogance, like.
Because you don't want to take the time to really look at and to listen to what's going on, what's being said, what's being spoken. You just looking at it like, oh, it's a group of people who don't agree with with how you feel about whatever, and you're just like, okay, well, you know what? They're a gang. Like when people were comparing Black Lives Matter to gangs, they were saying, oh, they're gangs and they're troublemakers, and all they do is want to fight people and yell and scream. It's like, are you sick? Like, are you hearing yourself right now? Like, do you know how many events like the Black Lives Matter, what they do? Like, and to show that there's not only about Black lives, they've been involved in white people being shot and killed by the police. Mm-hmm. So it's not even, as you said, it's not like we're saying, oh well, only Black people matter. No, that's not what it's saying. But people, they don't look at it like that. And like you said, yes, there's extremes. And everything that goes on, just like there's the extreme racists, there's the extreme Black Lives Matter people. Yes, there's the extreme all lives matter people.
Well, when you say extreme racist, like racism is still extreme. What you mean extreme racist?
I mean,
there's people like my parents who don't think that they're racist.
Yeah. But then there's the ones that are, that just flat out.
That like literally will tell you, I don't like Black
people. I guess I just see racism period as being extreme.
I mean, it's a problem. I'm not saying it's not a problem. I'm just saying
like anybody,
they don't see it.
Yeah, because I mean, I have family members that are like that, and sometimes they say things or they feel a certain way, and I'm just like, you do know that's like racist. Like for example, when people were talking about the Black Panther movie, right? Mm-hmm. Ooh, they got upset. There was people who were really upset, Black people and white people, about the Black Panther movie. Finally, we get a movie, and I know this is going to piss some people off. Oh my gosh, disclaimer. It's going to piss you off, and I don't care. There are some people that they would rather see Black folks as thugs or gay.
Oh, yeah.
That is a problem. When you only want to see Black people or Black men as thugs or gay, that's a problem. We are not.
We're so damn fine.
Slaves.
That's not that. That's not. Well, usually when you see slave movies,
it's the historical thing.
Yeah, they're just doing the movies, but they portray Black men as gay or thugs, and that's not it. We're educated.
Movie are damn fine.
I wasn't looking at for that.
Forrest Whitaker.
Wasn't looking at for that.
But
the point of it,
like they look great, and they're not like they're just.
The point of that is that they were portrayed in a good light. They were portrayed. This look over here, you dirty old lady. They were portrayed in a good light. They weren't portrayed as gay. They weren't portrayed as thugs.
A great light.
They were portrayed as people who were progressive. They were trying to take care of their family, and the underlying message was
trying to take care of the family.
Well, the underlying message was if we unite together, that we can fight against the people who are trying to oppress us. That was the underlying message.
Right.
Then you had Black people like, you ain't woke if you go see that movie. First of all, you idiot, you're not paying attention to the message of the movie because you didn't see the movie. You don't know what's going on. I'm going to need you to move forward into the camera, sir.
Oh, sorry.
But you're not paying attention to what was going on in the whole movie. Then there was white people like protesting the movie because it was a Black movie. Are you serious? So we finally get a movie that was a good movie that didn't have any bad things in it, that portrayed us in a good light, and it was a problem. Now and then the LGBTQ community gets upset because nobody was in there to represent them. I'm sorry, I really don't care if you were represented in the movie or not. That was not the purpose of the movie. It wasn't about sex. It was about the Wakandan people taking care of their folks. They had what they needed to take care of them and sustain them, but they weren't sharing it with the world. That was the purpose of the freaking movie. And you're mad because we didn't want to include your sexual preference? Look, do what you want to do.
There wasn't even a kiss in that movie until the end, right? Like,
do what you want to do with your life and quit trying to force everybody else to include you in everything, because they didn't really. The light-skinned guy was the bad dude, and I'm light-skinned.
He was so fun.
I'm not over here whining about the light-skinned dude being the bad guy.
Hey,
and that's my beige brother.
That's brown-skinned brothers and dark-skinned brothers.
You don't even count. You in the middle. I'm light-skinned and
I'm amazing as hell. He was great.
He doesn't even count.
They were all great.
Because what you talking about? Shoot, I'm not. What you mean I'm in the middle?
You're in the middle of the black. You're in the black spectrum. You in the middle because you ain't even dark skinned.
I'm brown skinned though.
Yeah, but you in the middle.
But I'm not light skinned either.
You in the middle. I'm light skinned and the dudes were dark. That's what it was. It was like the battle between dark and light.
So we was just
Was it bad during the fight scene that I was rooting for both of them both times?
You just a dirty old lady. That's the only reason you would root for him, because you want to be a museum.
I took off that shirt and I was like, okay, alright.
Well, it's bad because I still haven't seen Black
Keep
Panther.
your hormones intact. Man.
And I know that's probably gonna piss a lot of people off, but I
Michael B.
still
Jordan
haven't
deserves to be
seen.
in a museum.
You trash him.
I still
I'm
haven't
a
seen.
museum.
Hey, I'm gonna go see it soon. Okay.
You're late. If I've seen it
I haven't
before you've
seen it.
seen it, and my pasty ass, you know, you should have, like, I waited a month or so for everybody else to go see it, because
See that, and that's what I caught myself doing, was waiting for it, everything to die down.
well, I was waiting because, like,
I don't like
I
doing
didn't
the
want to
whole
take someone's
overcrowded
seat,
movie experience. No, I
You
don't.
paid for the seat. What you mean you want to take somebody's seat?
oh, because, like, they wanted to see a movie too, and, like, I see plenty of people with my people in it, or movies with my people in
What
it.
they got to
Wait, what?
What they got to do with anything? You pay for your ticket, you go see the darn movie. What type of logic was that?
I don't know, my meds have worn off
Still
at
haven't seen
12.
Black Panther, and I know that probably gonna make a lot of people mad because they're gonna be like, "You black and you still haven't seen that movie?"
If you ain't shaking my hand like the Wakandians and you black, I can't trust you.
It's like a dab and a right?
Yeah. You shake my hand, you
It's just like a dab,
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda
No, you just-
Those women are so fierce. Well, the warriors with the spears, they go that, and then they hit the spear.
Yeah, but I ain't got no spear, so I'm just like the king.
Wakanda forever.
You can't even
say
do that.
You ain't seen it.
I can do that more than you can.
Because I haven't seen the movie yet.
Right.
You can't.
Does that make
I'm
me
not-
racist?
I'm
You
not-
can't even come to Wakanda. How you gonna be able to do the
I'm not gonna
handshake?
try. Well, I'm gonna try, but that's what I'm saying. I've
You can't
seen
even
it.
cross the
Hey,
bridge.
hey, now that might be racist now.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not. No, it's not.
I know.
She was trying to sell the uranium.
It was vibranium.
Vibranium.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't you mean vibranium?
Vibranium, uranium.
These fools.
Two different
Your anus
subjects.
can't come to Wakanda.
That's okay, because Michael B. Jordan hung out outside of Wakanda.
He was in a museum. It wasn't you.
I can arrange that. Anyway.
God, you're nasty.
Anyways.
Shout out to everyone that participated in the walkout. All the schools, all the students that participated. You guys are the GOAT.
Michael B. Jordan, if you're watching, let me know.
Shout out to Dylan Ruth's sister for being the racist asshole that she is.
What up?
At least she ain't hiding it.
Yeah, I'd rather you show me your racism so I can know not to deal with you. I'm like Charlamagne on that one. I welcome open racism because I really want to know when you're racist. I would rather you let me know so I don't have to deal with you. I don't like all that
Right.
being, hey, I'm just going to be cool with you just
Oh,
to
that
be
covert racism?
Yeah, just be
Yeah.
open so I can know how to deal with you. I'd rather deal with you on that level than to deal with you secretly hating me and then stab me in the back. Just, hey, be a man about yours.
Mhm.
Stab me in the front so I can see it coming.
Yes, I mean.
Don't do me like Caesar.
Yeah, I want to see it coming.
On the day of tides. March tides. What is it called? When-
So shout out to all you open racists out there.
I ain't giving you no shout out. I don't have no love for you.
We don't have no love for you.
He does. He gave you a shout out
I gave you a shout out because at least you're being true to who you are.
because he loves you.
Man, screw all that nonsense. Nah,
Yeah.
don't come at me with that.
Shout out to all the thoughties who agree with me about Michael B. Jordan.
That has nothing to do with nothing.
Imagine such all the thotties though.
She's just really hot in the pants right now.
I just love Michael B. Jordan. He was so fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
You gotta have something to flick the bean tune with.
Oh my God, no.
This is what happens when one doesn't work.
I think that's the show.
Yeah, we're gonna end on that note.
On that note, thank you for tuning in. We are the Fishbowl.
I'm Brian, but you already knew that.
Tank. She's nasty.
White chocolate if you're nasty.
Nasty, nasty voice. Ain't doing the thing.
Next week we're probably gonna have just for her a nasty show.
No,
No.
I will not be here for that show. I'll be
I'll have it all by myself.
I'll be
be
working
there.
behind the scenes.
It'll be a one man, one woman show.
Woman.
She'll have to get her own camera and plastic bags to put down everywhere because I ain't gonna be involved in all that.
We might actually get paid for that one.
I don't want no parts of selling illegal pornography.
It's not illegal.
I want to be known. I'm not involved in this criminalistic endeavor. I was never in the situation. I don't even know what they're talking about.
I don't know what we're talking about either.
Hey, if there's some big bucks involved, let's do it. That was a joke, people. That was a joke.
Yeah, whatever. You probably
Kind
ended
of.
up like Ron Jeremy.
We're poor.
Hey, I mean, y'all. Hey, if they willing to throw them big bucks around,
I'm gonna throw around something, Bob.
Leave us comments. Disregard these two freaks, nasty. Leave us
hey, I'm
comments.
just trying to be a
in the
manager
section.
here. Let her do the nasty stuff.
Leave us comments. Email us. Instagram. Yeah.
Whatever.
Instagram, the Fishbowl. Facebook, the Fishbowl.
You know
the
who we
Fishbowl
are.
at Gmail.
Who's sending us damn emails? Unless it's Michael B. Jordan. Yes, please. I'll take
And
that.
thanks for bearing with us. We know we missed last week, but
It was spring break.
we back.